Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2019 mid-month general reading. We're looking at the last half of July here. Welcome everyone, first-timers, newcomers, welcome if it's your first time here, and welcome back to followers and subscribers. Thanks for taking the time to tune in today, for all your comments and support and feedback. It's always a pleasure. And a big shout out to all of my clients out there. I always try and thank you guys because you guys keep me so busy all of the time, and I'm so grateful that so many of you keep returning. So thank you so much for that. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, click on the description link below for more info, contact details. You can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. I can usually respond to your initial inquiry within the same day or the first 24 hours. And scheduling is pretty good too. I often hear that scheduling with psychics is an issue because of the length of time. And I mean, you know, we can't help what happens in our lives sometimes, but readings are all that I do. I do readings full-time 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. So I'm pretty diligent at working with people's schedules to get them, and my own, to get them as readings as quickly as possible. So email me if you're interested and we'll go from there. I offer a wide variety of personal readings in all areas of life. All right, let's move right into this. This reading is for the air sign of Libra for the remainder of July 2019, our lovely Librans. As you know, general readings always resonate and play out a little differently for everybody watching. How could it not? There's so many of you watching. So what is helpful is to watch your other signs as well to get additional information. So if you know your rising sign, moon sign, Venus sign, watch those too. All right, Libra. Yeah. Okay, Libra. We begin with, maybe my cards come together. We begin with, oh, how lovely, the Empress, followed by the Ace of Cups. Oh. Next to that, we have the Queen of Pentacles, followed by the Five of Wands. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy focus is strength. Excuse me, a little hoarse today. Libra, I feel like so I just got 3 different story messages on 3 different scenarios here. So for some of you, Libra, in spite of the fact that you're an air sign, I feel like somebody is viewing you as very much the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles both. The Empress is a card that represents fertility, self-nurturing, sensuality. The Queen of Pentacles is earth energy. She's very, you know, earthy, grounded, capable, practical, loving, physical, prone to caretaking and showing her love in physical or practical, capable, and earthly and sensual ways as well. And I feel like you're just very much in this element, and that is exactly how somebody is viewing you in the last half of July. For some of you who are already in an established relationship or dating somebody, this, I feel, is how they are viewing you. This lovely, sensual, abundant, fertile creature. Fertility meaning the promise of abundance and growth is there. It can sometimes represent literal fertility. The last half of July is really good for beginning anything new, new emotional new beginnings, new love and romance for some of you. You may be meeting someone the last half of July. But fertility is connected with the Empress. She is the traditional Earth Mother of the Tarot. So those of you who are wishing to start a family or add to a family, the last half of July looks like a particularly good time for that for some of you Librans. And if that's not what you're wanting, well, forewarned is forearmed. So someone is viewing you this way, whether or not it's someone you're in a relationship with or how you're coming across, is just this lovely, vibrant, sensual creature. I mean, she's beautiful. She's dressed in abundant, fertile, prosperous colors. She is all about fertility and conception and pregnancy and abundance and promise, the promise of what could be. Almost in a tempting way, she has one of her breasts are bared, and it's not meant to be raunchy or, look at my nude body, although she has a beautiful body. As much as it is a representative of nourishment and sustenance and abundance and pregnancy and conception. It's everything lovely and sensual. But she also balances, you can see she has the wheel behind and around her, and she's also holding one as well, attached to the Holy Cross and all the zodiac signs. She also balances that lovely sensual, earthy energy with the unseen, spiritual, intuitive energy as well. She is the traditional Earth Mother, the Empress. She is what rounds out the Emperor and takes all his rigid, structured, responsible energy and softens it with her lovely feminine sensuality and softness and fertility. So it is a good time. The Empress is usually the green light for beginning anything new. The time is right to begin new things, new relationships, new people, meeting new people, new friends, new life in terms of conception and fertility and pregnancy and that, new jobs, new projects. It's new. The time is right for new emotional beginnings and new emotional awakenings, regardless of what form they take, because she is accompanied by the Ace of Cups. Cups is water energy, emotional energy. Aces represent new beginnings, starts, the promise of something, the number one. Beautiful combination of energy. Something new is beginning for many of you in the last half of July. The opportunity is there. The time at least is right. The fertility time is there. Spirit is saying if something new comes in and offers itself or presents an opportunity for rebirth, regrowth, the beginning of something, whether it's the beginning of something completely new, like meeting a completely new person in a relationship, starting a completely new job, or in an already established situation or relationship, if there's an opportunity for renewal, if there's been difficulty or things being closed off, Spirit is saying it is the right time. Take advantage of it, because fertility time only is seasonal and it's cyclical and it only comes around every once in a while, and it's different every time. So take advantage of it now. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. So we have this lovely, earthy, sensual energy with the Queen of Pentacles as well. Practical, capable. She's on top of her game in the financial and material day-to-day sort of world, because Pentacles is earth energy. And in the tarot, this is the energy of the structure of our life, the stability and security of our life, whether it's about what makes us feel stable and secure in our lives, the things that we have, the work that we put into that. So it could be job, work, money, finances, property, assets, etc. In relationships, it's the same thing. It's about what we have that makes us feel stable and secure and gives us a sense of stability and longevity as well. And the Queen of Pentacles is very on top of that. She has mastered that world. She still has some things to learn and probably wants to learn in terms of spirituality and intuitiveness, which the Empress also offers as well. Some of you may be beginning a new path of learning, of a new spiritual path, a new religious path of some kind as well, which is very promising and abundant. And again, some of you may be becoming pregnant in the last half of July, or at least the potential is quite high. There is some conflict, though, I believe, for those of you for whom this Queen of Pentacles also represents as you and how you're feeling and in your element. There is some internal conflict here with the Five of Wands. It's not huge, but it's also cyclical in nature. It doesn't end. The Five of Wands can represent internal conflict, external conflict. For some of you, this may be another person, likely a female, not always, but likely a female. And there may be conflict in regards to a new relationship. It could be conflict within yourself about this, whether it's a new relationship or whether or not there's an opportunity to have a new beginning or a renewal within a relationship or situation, and you're not sure if it's the right thing to do or not. Although it looks like Spirit's just pretty much handing it to you, offering it to you. For some of you, this Queen of Pentacles may represent someone significant in your life, particularly in the last half of July, who doesn't approve of a new relationship or the renewal in an already existing relationship. It could be somebody who disapproves of whatever this Ace of Cups and the Empress represents. Whatever new beginning or new opportunity is in front of you, there may be somebody in your life, Libra, in the last half of July who is not approving, and there's some conflict with them because of that. Could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I think for a lot of you too, there is some sense of internal conflict, although out of 5, 10s being completion and aces being 1s, it's not, whatever the conflict is, whether it's just within yourself or also with someone else, it's not life or death. These people are sparring. We're out of 5, we're not out of 10 or an 8, we're out of 5. And these people are sparring, they're using practice weapons. They're not out to kill each other. But nobody is backing down either, which is why it keeps going around and around. Maybe they've even forgotten what the whole point was in the first place. What are they even arguing about, and how important is it really? Because nobody's willing to elevate, to step back and go, listen, this is not what's important. This is what's really important. So it just keeps going on and on and on and on. Nobody wins, nobody loses, but there's no clear solution either. The only way to end this kind of conflict, if it's internal conflict within yourself, it's based on fear. And your overall advice and focus is strength for the last half of July, which is about facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, not letting fear be the thing that decides your future. The only way to end conflict, end the fear, is to invalidate it by walking into it. And validate it experientially. The things we are afraid of, we will remain afraid of until that fear becomes invalid. And the only way to invalidate a fear is to face it. It's the only way to do that. The only way to end external conflict with other people is to remove yourself from the conflict, or be the one that takes the higher road and go, you know what, this isn't important enough to keep this going on anymore. It just isn't. This is what's really important. And in the end, even if the people that challenge or contradict you are people that you love and that they love you or care about you, in the end, you're the one that has to live your life, and you're the one that has to live the day-to-day consequences of your own life too, not them. So remember that. Face fears, doubts, insecurities. Face your fears. Wrestle with your demons. Your demons, your shadow self, can be your fears, your insecurities, your self-doubt, your insecurity. It can also be having the strength and courage to look at the bad, the maybe challenging or negative aspects of yourself that you don't like to look at or admit to or want anybody else to see, you know, bad habits you have or bad patterns you have. There's only one way to overcome those, and that's by facing them, moving through them, dealing with them, and coming to a whole acceptance of yourself. It takes a great deal of strength to do that, but it's also what you gain more of. Look at this woman. She's done it. She's tamed it. She's dealt with it. This lion is symbolic for fears, doubts, insecurities. Those shadowy aspects of yourself. Moving forward. Let's see what this conflict is about. This 5 of Wands. I'm curious. Let's see what this 5 of Wands, this cyclical fighting over the same thing or the same argument inside yourself, just going around and around and around. Is this the right time? Is this opportunity for emotional new growth or renewal sincere? Is it the right time for it? Do I have what it takes? The conflict is about the 2 of Wands and the Hierophant right behind it. So which path to take? Left or right? Is this the right time for this or not? Do I say yes or do I say no? The Hierophant, convention, tradition, walking the same path that many people walk in front of you. If it's a new relationship or a renewal, it could be, you know, the Hierophant's one of the marriage cards. The Hierophant's one of the next step, a deeper level of commitment and establishment, because, you know, there's a certain way that the larger conventional group of people do things. Maybe it's getting engaged, maybe it's getting married, maybe it's moving into with each other if it's a romantic type of relationship. If it's, you know, a new project or a new job or some other kind of new thing, or even pregnancy, is it, you know, can I really do this? Is this the right time? Should I move into this step? Should I do this? Should I commit to this? Because it's a path of commitment and difficult to get off of once you decide. So, you know, that therein is the conflict, whether it's internal with yourself or external with someone else, or sometimes a combination of both of those things. Do I go down this road? Can I go down this road? Can the other person go down this road? Are we on the same page? Am I doing the right thing? Does everybody approve? Are there people that disapprove, and why? Is it valid? That's what the conflict is about. Okay. One final guidance and advice card. We all know that strength is the guidance to facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, those aspects of ourselves which we usually keep hidden or to ourselves. Final advice. Queen of Swords. She is, I think, the only queen that actually has a weapon like this, a sword that cuts. The Knight of Swords does too, and I believe the King of Swords. There's usually a light shining around this sword, because the sword is used to cut. What is it used to cut? That light is the light of wisdom, of truth, clarity, illumination, insight. Swords is air energy, and that's mental energy. It's everything that goes on in here. Truth, insight, honesty, truth unfettered by emotion, belief systems, ideas. The swords that are depicted in Swords, it's depicted that way because the sword is a sword of truth and clarity, and it's meant to cut through any extraneous fantasy, illusion, emotions which can make cloud issues. The Queen of Swords is a person that she has a long road behind her, and it hasn't been an easy road. She's been through quite a bit, and she's now at the place where she's got all the t-shirts. Been there, done that. All the t-shirts are hanging in her closet. You can't BS this woman. She can see it coming a mile away. She doesn't tolerate it very well. She doesn't have patience for BS, because she's got the sword here, and she's walked a long road to be able to have this sword. She doesn't suffer fools well. I mean, she's a queen and she has that feminine energy, so she's still loving and caring, but she's all about, this is the way that it is, and this is what I need to honor and be loyal to above anything else. This is about being very clear thinking. The Queen of Swords feels emotions just as deeply as anybody else, but she does not allow them to be the deciding factor, and she does not allow them to be part of the glasses that she looks through, the lens that she looks through to see what the truth of a situation is. She sets her emotions over here to see what the truth is and to make a decision based on that, even if that's difficult or challenging emotionally. So it's about having the strength, the courage, the wisdom, and the insight to look at whatever the source of the conflict is in this head on and make your decisions based on that. Typically when strength comes up as advice, and the Queen of Swords, it's not about not being afraid. We all feel fear. There's no shame in that. Strength, courage, and bravery. Strength, courage, and bravery is birthed by fear. Fear is the mother of courage. Otherwise, what would there be to be courageous about? So when strength comes up as advice, especially with the Queen of Swords, do not let fear be the thing that decides your future. I think I'll stop right there. It's a pretty powerful and significant reading, Libra. Well, Libra, I hope this has been helpful. I think that just sums up the remainder of July for you. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know. And if you're interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. You can click on the description link below for more info and contact details. I offer a wide array of personal readings. I do love and romance, of course, relationship compatibility charting, which is a spread that takes a look at all the different aspects and sides of two different people in a specific relationship. Career, work, and finance readings, investment readings, gift readings for friends, family, and loved ones. There's nothing more personal than a personal reading, and they often make great gifts for people that you just can't think of what else to get for them. And I offer also 6 and 12-month life overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look. A lot of people find those useful for planning and preparing ahead. So there's a variety of things to choose from. If you're interested, I look forward to hearing from you. So Libra, I'll see you all again in a couple of weeks for the August 2019 general readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care. Bye-bye.